A move of note that is new over the weekend was DeMar DeRozan, a Sacramento King.
Indeed.
I love that move for Sacramento. I think it'll be a really fun team now. You pair him with Sabonis, Fox. It appears like that'll be the Kings are going to be back after last year, a step back after a great, 22-23 campaign.
Yeah, well, you had Mike Brown named as coach of the year, and they finished with the third seed and progressed into the playoffs after missing the playoffs for 17 straight years.
And we knew that they were going to try to be active, and they were trying to get in on a bunch of moves. You and I off the air were talking, and I said, what about Sacramento? You're like, they're working on stuff, something. Something.
They were chasing Brandon Ingram. They had called about Jeremy Grant. And it became apparently clear that there was going to be multiple suitors for DeMar DeRozan, and the Kings wanted to get stuff resolved. They don't want to be one of the teams that's left out, Lakers, and to an extent the Pelicans right now. There's probably a half dozen teams in the league that are sitting there going, okay, we're not done yet. We need trade season needs to start, but it's becoming more and more dire for certain teams if they want to make real improvements, which we'll talk about Jeremy later on. But the Kings decided that they would go for DeMar DeRozan and not get rid of both Kevin Huerter and Harrison Barnes, because they need the salary slots if they're going to make one other trade. And there's talk about them going. Kyle Kuzma is a guy that they've looked at in the past and they've tried to get in the past. I wouldn't be surprised if they went and tried to go get Kuzma as well, so they can move Monk back to that 6-man role and then run out a lineup with Fox and DeMar and Kuzma and Sabonis, and then you slot in whoever you want there, whether it's Keon Ellis or another defensively. So they're a little bit bigger. They make a little more sense, and they're more explosive. But DeMar, everybody's like, well, he doesn't really fit. He's older. It's like, he's a good basketball player. Getting good basketball players on your team, and this is where this whole thing of if you're not a title winner, you shouldn't do anything. And it's like, no, the Kings missed the playoffs for 17 years. Yeah. Getting good basketball players to play with your other good basketball players is a good thing, and you should celebrate that. You should want that.
And you have young, really good players still.
And Fox and Sabonis, they're running into their primes. It ended up costing them Harrison Barnes, Chris Duarte, and 2 second-round picks.
Yeah, former Duck Chris Duarte is going to Chicago along with the 2 second rounds and the 2031 first-round pick swap with the Spurs, which in 2031 the Spurs are going to be really good.
Yeah, and the Kings probably won't be.
Yeah,
but that's also 6 years down the road.
Yeah.
You deal with it then.
Yeah, you run into it at that point. And look, that is a move that I think, just think of it in Portland's terms, that's the kind of move that we wished the Blazers would have pulled the trigger on when Dame and CJ were entering their prime years, right? And so it also signifies Chicago is fully out on this year. That might be, still Brooklyn, still Washington as the worst teams in the NBA this year. I mean, look.
Portland's right there.
They're not far behind.
But, the worst team in basketball on paper is going to be Brooklyn and Washington, Detroit, Portland.
Still got the Hornets in there somewhere.
Yeah.
Hornets will probably be there. The Spurs are going to be better. The addition of Chris Paul and Harrison Barnes, I've seen some people well, they could make the playoffs. I'm like, let's chill a little bit on that. Although,
they'll still luck out and win the damn lottery.
Well, here's the thing is they have the capacity to look, here's a proof of concept of what a good point guard and a good wing will look like alongside Victor Wembanyama. And then at the trade deadline, they can just pull the ripcord and steer into the skid, because I don't know, Cooper Flagg's out there playing with Team USA and looking like he belongs at 17 years old.
Hey,
maybe getting a chance at that guy is worth it.
Flunk for Flag.
Yeah.
They got to be careful with that.
Yeah, capture the flag.
Capture the flag.
Capture
I like
the flag.
that.
Yeah.
I like that. So we've got that move was, I think it's a smart move for Sacramento for right now.
Yeah.
Go and try to win.
It was
right
not
now.
that pricey.
And I saw that, was it StatMuse threw out that the two leaders in fourth quarter scoring, in crunch time scoring, were Fox and DeRozan last year. When the rubber meets the road, they got two guys now that they can lean on. And, oh, by the way, Domantas Sabonis as well. The best thing though was they brought out DeMar DeRozan because the California Summer League is being played in the Golden One Center.
Partially Golden One
Yeah.
Center, partially Chase Center, which is still so stupid.
They are very far apart.
Yes.
But they brought out DeMar DeRozan.
The owner of Vivek Ranadive brought out
24-hour fitness. Let's go.
Brought out DeMar DeRozan and Goodwin, who was with him because they were
Aaron Goodwin, his agent.
actually signing the contract. That's the reason he could make that appearance is because the contract has been signed.
Not like us.
Yeah, to Kendrick Lamar's Not Like Us, the same music video that debuted on the 4th of July featuring DeMar DeRozan.
And the crowd went crazy.
Yeah.
It was
It was rock star stuff.
some of the best stuff. Like it was all that was missing was like a Conor McGregor strut from DeMar DeRozan, and it would have been the perfect way to unveil your newest piece to everybody that was there. So I'll give a golf clap to Sacramento.
Hey, Kings did it right.
I mean,
Respect.
yeah, where does that put them in the West? I don't know. It's pretty loaded,
Yeah.
but you can make a run now, and if things break your way, you're gonna be in that conversation. That's for damn sure.
Something maybe we
and
can
he
talk
didn't
about
go
later.
to L.A.
Yeah, that's the best part about this. Something we can maybe talk about later. Who's the best team in California in the NBA? Because I think when you really start thinking about it, with all the changes, it's pretty interesting.
My gut wants to say the Kings.
It could be
but
the Kings.
But I think the Clippers might be second. But you don't have Paul George.
Mhm.
You don't. I mean, you got to hope Kawhi is healthy.
Which he's now saying that he just got healthy 2 weeks ago.
And Paul George said Kawhi Leonard is the funniest guy on Team USA. What?
He's a fun guy, man. Fun guy.
Are we just all missing everything about Kawhi Leonard? Do we just not know?
He just plugs in when he's around us. That poor man is never going to laugh in public again.
No, and he shouldn't. After that, there's no need. There's no need to. Just keep them all internally. Just chuckle to yourself.
It's such a great laugh, though. It's fantastic.
Yeah, well, maybe that's why they think he's the funniest because like he's just a fun dude and he makes everybody laugh. When we all have those friends.
Yeah,
there's infectious laugh guy,
and then they sneak a joke in that you don't see coming, and it just kills.
You're just like, what the heck?